Hi, the following are four disassociating co-contraction techniques I have for the TMJ that I have done successfully on myself to help improve function and reduce tension. I have another video you can watch that explains the core basis of this, but this is just a simple, I'm going to do it and then you can just follow along. The first one is going to disassociate the jaw from the breath. So for me, what I tended to do was every single time I would inhale, my jaw would just open slightly. And every single time I would exhale, I would slightly clench. So it wasn't a big movement, but it was a movement that would occur every single time I drew breath, which means thousands of times a day my jaw is moving when it really shouldn't. And this one disassociates those two movements. So to start with, I'm going to place a finger in between my teeth. I think you can purchase other like dental items to use, but this is just easiest for me. So maybe wash your hands first. And I'm going to place them in the middle of my front teeth, and then I'm going to breathe. And when I breathe, I'm going to make sure that my jaw does not clench at all. And I'll know if it's clenching if I feel any pressure on my fingernail. And I would just do this 3 inhales, 3 exhales, and just be aware, like, are you clenching or not? And also make sure you're really relaxed. You can use any props to set you up or whatever. So here you go. Here's the first one. So I took 3 breaths, and for me, I did not clench at all. But I remember when I did this first a couple months ago, I literally clenched every single time. So after you do that, you can just kind of observe your normal breathing and see if you're more relaxed, either for the breath or the jaw. So that one was a super simple one. Next one is going to disassociate uh, the jaw from the tongue. So we're going to use the same finger in uh, mouth technique to disassociate the jaw, and then we're going to move the tongue. So I'm going to move it up and down, left and right, clockwise and counterclockwise, maybe 3 times each of those. And what I'm going to make sure I'm doing is no clenching of the jaw for any of these movements. So before, for me, every single time I would move the tongue, the jaw would literally clench and contract. And now it just doesn't do that. And it's because of this one. Again, be relaxed. You can place your other hand under your chin if you feel more supported or not. But here he goes. So I just did it, and before, you could see my jaw literally move in a clockwise or whatever motion and follow my tongue. But now it looked pretty still because it was, and there was no tension. I will say when I first did this, I felt a slight pulling at the root of my tongue, so like deeper in there. But that was more like a, I guess, workout because it disappeared after a few days. So I guess just take it easy. Um, the next one disassociates the tongue from the jaw. Seems kind of the same, but uh, we blocked the jaw from moving when the tongue moves. Now we got to block the tongue from moving when the jaw moves. This one I found not super effective, but it did work. So I'm going to place my tongue on my lips, bottom lip, and then I'm going to bite while making sure that tongue is dead. Like imagine it if something just flopped lazily on my lip. So this is how it goes. So in this way, I am moving the jaw without having the tongue move every single time. All right, the fourth one is the most effective was the most effective for me, but it was a little risky. Like the other ones for me didn't have any negative side effects. This one I did feel a lot looser the rest of the day. So I have Ehlers-Danlos syndrome, And that's a big thing for me because I have like neck instability. So you want to be cautious for this. Like for me, I don't do this anytime close to when I need to swallow. So I do this like right after lunch so I don't have to swallow for a couple of hours, because sometimes when I work on stuff with the head and neck, or if anybody else works on it, I have a hard time swallowing after. So keep that in mind. If you're maybe similar to me, you might want to skip it or do a very toned down version. But I've seen some similar stretch to this before, but we're gonna just place your hand on the upper chest area, both sides, and you're going to just hold there for a couple seconds, let the tissues kind of melt in, and then you're going to pull down gently. So we're pushing inwards first, and then we're pulling down gently, which stretches the platysma and puts it in a little bit of stretch, but that's not what we're trying to do. What we're trying to do is we're not going to let it rise up. So I'm going to open and close my jaw really gently, but you're going to make sure that the skin under your palms remains low. It's going to want to rise up. For me specifically, I have a lot more right-sided tightness, and it was like really wanting to rise up. So I just make sure it's down. So you're not really forcing it down, you're just pretty much preventing it from going up. Forcing it a little down, but not much. So I'm gonna do it right now. And if this was really easy, you can also jut your jaw out. For me, that's a little more intense. It does disassociate that as well, and it results in a lot more looseness. So I'm a little careful when I do it. But doing this a couple of times over the couple of weeks resulted in a lot easier time opening the jaw. So like the first centimeter or two of opening used to I used to tense everything up, like kind of like a bodybuilder would kind of bulge out the neck, and I just could not get rid of it. Like I did so much massage everywhere, did all these stretches, use all these tens and trigger points and ultrasound, a bunch of tools. I could relax them, but the brain just couldn't make that connection. But just doing this kind of disassociated them and allowed that opening to be a lot gentler. So these are four for TMJ, and I have more, like especially for the lips and cheeks and talking and stuff. But let me know if you found these helpful, and yeah, please comment below if you found it helpful or not. Just let me know. Thank you.